If you're over 60, have you ever just thought, well, I guess this is it? You know, the bad sleep, those awful leg cramps, the brain fog, that it's just part of getting older? Well, what if I told you it might not be? In the next few minutes, we're going to look at how one simple mineral could be the key to changing all of that. Let's dive in.
How about this scene? It's the middle of the night, you're sound asleep, and then bam, a leg cramp so painful it jolts you right awake. It's miserable. And yeah, we're often told, oh, that's just something that happens as you get older. But what if that's just not true?
Or maybe for you, it's something a little less dramatic. You know, like a low-level hum of anxiety that's always there in the background, or that frustrating feeling of brain fog where words are on the tip of your tongue but you just can't grab them. It is so easy to chalk that up to just another birthday.
But here is the thing, and this is so important. These symptoms, the terrible sleep, the cramps, that anxiety, the fog, they often are not just inevitable parts of aging. In fact, they are classic, textbook warning signs of a nutrient deficiency that is incredibly common and, here's the best part, completely fixable.
So, let's talk about this mineral, magnesium. We're going to get into exactly why it becomes so critical after 60 and why so many of us are running on empty and don't even have a clue.
To really get why this matters, you have to understand the sheer scale of its job. Magnesium is involved in over 300, that's 300, essential reactions in your body. It's not just some minor helper. It's like the master switch for your body's entire electrical system.
And think about what that means. It helps keep your heart beating in a steady rhythm. It helps manage your stress hormones, so you're not in a constant state of fight or flight. It's literally the mineral that tells your muscles, okay, you can relax now. It even helps your body use vitamin D. Without enough of it, things just don't work right.
And this is where it gets really concerning. Some studies show that up to 80%, that's 8 out of 10, seniors might be deficient in magnesium. This isn't some rare problem. It's a huge, hidden issue that we're all mislabeling as just getting old.
So you might be asking, why us? Why is it so common in seniors? Well, it's kind of a perfect storm, a triple threat. First, as we age, our gut just doesn't absorb magnesium from food as well as it used to. Second, our kidneys actually start getting rid of more of it. And third, and this is a big one, a lot of common medications for things like blood pressure or acid reflux can actually drain your body's magnesium supply. So you're getting less in and losing more out. It's a tough combination.
Okay, so how can you know if you're in that 80%? Let's go through the 7 most common warning signs. As I go through these, just make a little mental note of how many sound a bit too familiar.
All right, number 1, just plain poor sleep. Waking up all the time, tossing and turning, that's a big one because magnesium is key to calming your nervous system for sleep. Number 2, those awful leg cramps and muscle twitches. Remember, it helps muscles relax. Number 3, heart palpitations, that weird fluttering feeling. Magnesium is crucial for a stable heartbeat. 4, that constant anxiety or just feeling irritable all the time. Again, magnesium helps regulate stress. 5, brain fog and memory issues. 6, chronic constipation. And number 7, high blood pressure, since magnesium helps relax blood vessels. Look, having one of these might just be a clue, but if you're nodding along to several, that's a giant red flag waving right at you.
Okay, so you're thinking, right, I'm probably low, I'll just grab a supplement. And that makes sense. But hold on, because this is where a lot of people go wrong. Not all magnesium supplements are the same. In fact, the form you take makes all the difference in the world.
Let's look at this chart. That word bioavailability just means how much your body can actually absorb and use. See magnesium oxide on the left? That's the cheap stuff you find in a lot of multivitamins. Its bioavailability is, get this, less than 4%. You're barely getting any of it. Then you have magnesium citrate, which is better, around 30%. But for some people, it can have, let's say, a strong laxative effect. But then, look at magnesium glycinate. It's highly absorbable, super gentle on the stomach. It's the clear winner, especially for seniors.
And that's exactly why experts call magnesium glycinate the gold standard for seniors. It's magnesium that's bound to an amino acid called glycine, which on its own actually has a calming effect. So you get this amazing 1-2 punch that targets sleep, anxiety, and muscle cramps, all without upsetting your stomach. It's just smarter.
Now, a supplement is a great tool, but we always want to start with food first. And some foods are absolute magnesium powerhouses. For example, what do you think on when you see this number? 150 milligrams.
You get that much in just 1 single ounce of pumpkin seeds. Just a small handful.
For most women, that's almost half of what you need for the entire day. It's incredible, right? They're one of the most concentrated sources of magnesium you can find.
And it doesn't stop with pumpkin seeds. You've got some delicious options here. A little bit of high-quality dark chocolate, some cooked spinach, almonds, black beans, creamy avocado, even salmon. These are all fantastic sources. The goal isn't to be perfect. Just focus on getting a couple of these into your meals each day. It really adds up.
So let's pull all of this together into a really simple, step-by-step plan. This is a 30-day protocol you can follow to get your levels back up safely and start feeling that difference.
First things first, before you do anything, you need the right data. If you ask your doctor for a magnesium test, they'll probably give you a standard serum test. But that only measures the tiny 1% of magnesium that's in your blood. Your body keeps that number stable no matter what, even if your cells are screaming for magnesium. What you want to ask for is a red blood cell test, or RBC test. That measures the magnesium inside your cells, where it actually does its job. That's the number that tells the real story.
So here's the plan. Step 1, talk to your doctor and ask for an RBC magnesium test. Step 2, don't wait for the results. Start today by adding 2 magnesium-rich foods to your diet every single day. Step 3, supplement smartly. Start with a dose of 200 to 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate about an hour before you go to bed. And step 4, the most important one, be consistent. You didn't become deficient overnight, and you won't fix it overnight. Give it at least 30 days to really start rebuilding your body's stores.
And if you stick with it, what can you actually expect? Well, this is the really exciting part, because for so many people, fixing this one single thing can feel like a total transformation.
What we typically see is that within the first week, people start noticing they're falling asleep a little faster and maybe not waking up as much. By week 2, those leg cramps often start to fade away or even disappear completely, and that feeling of anxiety might start to quiet down. Then, by the end of that first month, that's when many people report their brain fog lifting and their energy feeling more stable all day long. It's a real, steady improvement in how you feel every day.
So, let's just quickly recap the big takeaways here. First, so many of those things we blame on getting old are actually just signs of a magnesium deficiency. Second, if you're over 60, your risk is way higher. Third, if you're going to supplement, make it magnesium glycinate for the best absorption and gentlest effect. And finally, always start with food, and have a conversation with your doctor before you start any new routine.
And that really brings us to the final question. For you, after hearing all this, are you ready to find out if this one simple foundational mineral could be the missing piece of the puzzle that changes how you feel from the moment you wake up? And finally, a very important note. This is all for educational purposes. It is not medical advice. It is absolutely essential to talk to your own physician before starting magnesium or any new supplement, especially if you have any kidney issues or heart conditions, because that can change how your body handles it. Thanks so much for watching.